She was driving erratically, I would say. She was swerving.
I know Britney is now saying, that wasn't me. So should I believe her or my lying eyes? That looks like Britney Spears to me. Perez Hilton, should I believe you or my lying eyes? Or are you telling me that's not Britney Spears?
She's always been a bad driver.
That does not excuse a potential head-on collision. Vehicular homicides. That's not what we want for Britney Spears. Straight out to special guest joining us tonight. You know him well, as we all do, Perez Hilton. He is a pop culture expert. He blogs, he's a columnist, co-host of the Perez Hilton podcast, author of TMI, My Life in Scandal, and a children's book, The Boy with Pink Hair. And you can find him at perezhilton.com. Perez, it's great to see you again. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Perez, Britney Spears, you know, I was at the forefront fighting to free Britney. And as Oscar Wilde said, be careful what you ask, my dear, for you will surely get it. I still think it was right to get her out from under the conservatorship, but there was no transition. She went from total draconian control of her life to wild and free, and it is not working out. Tell me about the latest incident, Perez.
Well, the very latest, there's an update since perhaps some of your viewers heard that Britney, according to reports, was seen driving erratically in the Thousand Oaks area of Los Angeles where she lives. The paparazzi got her going to a local restaurant there and, according to reports, having a glass of wine. However, we've now heard from the manager of that restaurant, whom, according to him, denies that Britney Spears was intoxicated. She was not there by herself. She was accompanied by a female friend, and a fellow patron at the restaurant was the one who bought Britney that drink, and she was very friendly. Listen, I know a lot about Britney Spears. I have a lot of empathy for her. She's never been a good driver. And you might ask yourself, why is she even driving? She does have a security team, an entire detail. But for some reason, Britney, while not being the best driver, has always loved to drive. I remember vividly, before she was placed on that psychiatric hold, her life was so chaotic leading up to that. She would sometimes drive in her car after her kids were already taken away from her, and she would just drive around town for hours. There's something that she finds healing about it, and thankfully nobody was hurt, and I can't prove that she was drunk or incapacitated in any way.
I understand that going for long drives in your car can be a source of freedom or independence because you're totally in control. Perez Hilton, you have 3 amazing children, right? How would you like to see Britney Spears come barreling the wrong way down the street at you with your children in the back? Think about that for a moment. I'm not all hung up on, did she drink the glass of wine? Look, in my world, just because I think somebody's DUI, I can't take that to a jury. I've got to have evidence, proof. I've got to have blood alcohol. I've got to have a sobriety test. I've got to have a blow test. If I don't have those, it doesn't exist. If I can't prove it, it's not real. What I can prove is that video of her driving the wrong way down the road. Control room, can I see the video of the Britney look-alike in the bar? Oh, that's good video too, there you go. I'm glad that guy behind her pulled over. Okay, right here. Perez Hilton, should I believe you or my lying eyes? Because she is totally toasting everybody with a big fat drink. So you're telling me she did not imbibe, even though she had a drink in her hand? Or are you telling me that's not Britney Spears?
What I am saying is, I just wish healing for Britney and everybody. I have a lot of empathy, not just for her, but also for her children as well, who I think are victims in this as well.
Perez, I've known you a long time, and I like you, and I read what you write, and I listen to your podcast.
Thank you.
I just asked you a direct question about driving the wrong way down a highway at night into oncoming traffic. And you said you,
Well,
quote, wish for healing. Stop.
I did not
Answer the
see
question.
any oncoming traffic. Okay, I did watch the entire video and I did not see any traffic coming her way. Obviously, she was not driving as the law dictates, but I think the bigger picture is why we're here, why we're even talking about Britney Spears. It's clear that this young woman, well, now she's in her 40s, but I think for so many of us, she's still that little girl, and we feel like Britney's a part of our family, and we're rooting for her, and we want her to have a happy ending. And I think the best comparison is somebody with mental illness like Britney Spears. It's another form of addiction. I could be wrong, but I think, unfortunately, she's only going to get better if she wants to get better.
You know, Perez Hilton, I'm not quite sure why my beloved control room is showing racy videos of Britney pushing her breasts up. I want to talk. There you go. Right there. That's like going it. No. Mm-mm. Okay, Perez, I know you can't see oncoming traffic, but would you at least agree she's driving on the wrong side of the road?
More than that, she was driving erratically, I would say. She was swerving, and this is nothing new. As I shared with you, she's always been a bad driver.
Hey, put him back up for Pete's sake. Perez, there's a big difference in a bad driver. A lot of people are bad drivers. But a head-on collision on the wrong side of the road, I've seen vehicular homicide cases before, where even with the jaws of life, you can barely get the victim out of their vehicle through no fault of their own. You said we're all rooting for Britney. I am too. Do you know how much hate mail I got for demanding that conservatorship end and vilifying her father for making reportedly $6 million off that conservatorship? I did not think that was fair, working her like a mule and everybody sucking on her like a tick, taking all the money. I thought that was wrong, and it was wrong. But this is also wrong. Bad driver and vehicular homicide.
I agree. But my question to you is, what do you think is the path forward? What should happen? What would be the best ideal
I'm
scenario?
asking you the questions, Mr. Hilton. I'm asking you the questions. Now, you've worked with Britney. You've known Britney for a long time. And I agree. She feels like somebody in our family that we all grew up with. We've been watching her since she was on the Mickey Mouse show, I guess. And she's beautiful and wonderful and amazingly talented. That does not excuse a potential head-on collision. And it hasn't happened yet. And this is the time for action. The family, wouldn't you agree, is afraid to touch her with a 10-foot pole after the father was vilified, rightfully or wrongfully. So what is your experience with Britney? Is there any way to get to her?
Yes. I think the best way to get to her is through her sons, who are adults now, Sean Preston and Jaden James. They're 19 and 20. And unfortunately, last week, Kevin Federline, her ex-husband, said that because of things that they have observed, both of the kids, adults now, over the age of 18, did spend time with Britney this year, one more than the other, and they don't feel comfortable spending more time with her. And it sucks that we're asking so much
Perez,
of young men. Yes.
Isn't it true that one of them got an expensive car from her in the past year?
That would not shock me. I did not know that, but...
And so if that is true, he takes the car but is afraid to be with her, but not afraid to take the car. I find that extremely inconsistent.
Well, I'll give you an exclusive that I've heard from some of my sources. It's more than just the car, Nancy. I'm told that Britney, even though she's not legally obligated to do so, still, financially supports her sons and gives them an allowance. Both of them, even the one that is more estranged from her.
You know, I'm not surprised. I mean, is there anything you would not do for any of your three children? Because I can think of very few things I wouldn't do for mine. So I'm not surprised she's giving money to her children. They're her boys. But it is a little galling that Federline is still sucking her blood, writing a tell-all book, coincidentally, as soon as the child support ends.
I expect fully that he will continue to do this unless Britney and the people around her just decide to silence him by giving him more money.
Perez, I think at this juncture, we can expect a long line stretching endlessly into the future of appearances by Federline promoting his book, maybe getting paid appearances. Make no mistake, child support is paid to the parent, and the parent takes that money to support the children. So all the child support, which was a huge amount Britney Spears was paying, went to Federline to use as he sees fit. And the minute that ended, he puts out the book. Have you read the book? Do you know about the book?
Oh, I know every detail about the book, and I find it hilarious that he says he's doing it for his children. I would have more respect for him if he was just transparent and said, I'm doing this for the money. He also claims he's releasing this book because he's concerned about Britney. If you're really concerned about the mother of your children, I think there are better ways to express that.
You mean shut the hell up and help her? I mean, that's what I would have suggested. Now, this is confounding to me. The court awarded, and this is according to him, $20,000 a month in child support. That's $240,000, nearly $250,000 a year. And at the same time, alimony, like he can't go to work, of $20,000 a month.
Yeah. The number was increased eventually, so it did go up to $40,000 a month for a long time. Another little bit of good news: Britney is estranged, as we know, from her father, from her mother, from her sister. However, Britney has an older brother, which a lot of people don't know, or the media doesn't talk about that often. And Britney's brother, Brian Spears, is, to my understanding, the only family member in regular and close contact with Britney. So, I do believe in the value and importance of family, and hopefully he is a positive influence for his sister.
Perez, Federline was getting around $500,000 a year from Britney, and according to you, more. I'm using a conservative calculation. And the minute that money ends, suddenly he has a tell-all book which totally trashes the mother of his children to clear his name. Why does his name need to be cleared? Who wants to clear the name of Kevin Federline? Does anyone even think about Kevin Federline?
I mean, listen, like you, Nancy, I'm all about keeping it real and being honest. A couple of years ago, Britney came out with her own memoir. So I do think it is absolutely valid and fair for Kevin to release his now.
Oh, so that's what Perez Hilton thinks is fair. Nanny, nanny, boo-boo, please. It's only fair. You did it. If I am, then so are you. Are you crazy? No, you're not crazy. I know that for a fact, but your reasoning is a non sequitur. It doesn't follow. He's the one making all the money off of her. And now that the money ends, he's trashing her. He has used her from day one and used her children against her. Was she the best mom? I can clearly say with no doubt, no, she was not. But this book, okay, I just find it to be, I hate using this word, triggering. He puts the book out, and now this incident happens with her driving. She can't blame anyone but herself for the driving. But he knows how fragile she is and put this book out anyway. He's just looking for another payday, but he's not my concern. My concern is a future vehicular homicide victim. So you think the brother can talk sense into her?
I didn't say that. I don't know if anybody can talk sense into Britney, sadly. But the good thing is, outside of the brother, every other person in Britney's life is on the payroll. So they're just another form of Kevin Federline. And that's sad.
Let me be clear. Are you telling me that's not Britney that I'm looking at right there, driving that
Oh,
car the
that's
wrong way?
definitely Britney.
Oh,
It's her.
okay. And are you also telling me she did not drink alcohol at the bar?
I didn't say that. I said, according to the manager of the restaurant, he alleges that Britney was not drunk. But you know
You
what?
know what I
Listen,
love about
Nancy,
you? You throw in enough allegedlys, reportedlys, and according to's. I mean, it's amazing. I should take a page out of your book for sure. What were you going to say?
but, listen, I'm on Team Truth, and just one drink can have a really bad reaction if you're also taking medication. And I don't know, perhaps Brittany is on medication. So it was an unfortunate incident, and hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Well, I very often call unfortunate incidents felonies, and that's what I don't want Britney Spears to be involved in. You think anybody would come to her aid if she's charged with a homicide? No. Everybody would be piling on, and then you'd have the victim totally destroyed. Okay, what's your most vivid memory, your most vivid personal memory of Britney?
I mean, I remember it sucks because it was during the conservatorship, but her life was stable and she was performing, doing what she loves. And I went to go see her show in Las Vegas. And this was after I was in her circus tour opening. And for this one song, she brought me up on stage and put me on a leash and walked me around. And that was a fun moment for me, definitely.
Okay, let me understand what I'm hearing. I'd like to see Perez Hilton, please. Britney Spears put you on a leash and walked you across the stage like a dog, and that's your best memory? Okay. I think I'll leave
Not
on
many
that
people
point.
can
Thank you,
say
Mr. Hilton.
that.
No further comments. Cross-examination has now ended.